Hi and hello. My name is Harkheindzel and you're welcome to another episode of I Mentor with Harkheindzel. I am a development and empowerment strategist, and I'm also the spirit mentalist. Today we'll be talking about something that I've had some time to think about and ponder really about. And I choose to call it the Boanerges. And it means a lot of things, really. It also means Benai Regesh, that if you're speaking from the Hebrew tongue. Boanerges means literally sons of thunder. And that was the connotation that Jesus gave to James and John, because of people who thought that because they were hot-tempered, took things a little bit extreme, always came out with so much confidence on their beliefs and all of that. But really, that's just a part of it. And there is a whole lot more to the Boanerges, especially in the times that we're in this moment, in this season, in this period of civilization. And one of the things I really want to touch about today is along the scopes of engaging radical politics and ideologies. It is fundamental of us to note that politics, or basically ideologies, rule the world and can destroy the world. If the world is founded upon the wrong ideologies, then the world is doomed. It is therefore important for Boanerges to arise, sons of thunder. It is important for us to note that there are certain laxities that we have in our societies and in our education and in our government, arts, entertainment, religion, business. It has crept into the very fabric of the creation of human societies, and that is why I feel it is important for me to just note a few things, to just point and nudge you in the right direction. Radical politics and radical ideologies has become the norm of the day, and it's becoming more difficult for ideologies that stand on truth and verity to arise and shine. Why? Because there is a voice that kind of drowns the truth, because there is deception and falsehood all around us. Oftentimes it seems like there's nothing we can do about it, but there is always a solution. No matter how dark or trying or private or malevolent things may have become, it is important for us to note and to know that we can always turn to the bright side and see the light. And from then we can begin to pierce and hunger for that which is of true and truth. So, what I just want to do today, I wouldn't really talk expressly on it, because it is oftentimes difficult for people to handle this kind of things because of where they've been born and what the environment has done in conditioning their mentalities and their paradigms. So I'll simply offer a few doses of engagement and observations that you can begin to put to very good use. In engaging, or better still, understanding how to engage ideologies in politics, it is important the very first thing you need to know is balance. Like I said many times ago, balance is the most difficult phenomenon in the universe to exercise, because balance is really a function or a quality of truth. We are humans, we have sentiment, we were born sentimental. Our environment conditions us into certain biases, and oftentimes there's little that we can do about them. But when we search for the truth and we're ready to strip ourselves of all the traditions and knowledge and societies and customs and all the things that we've educated our mind with, and we're ready to surrender and embrace the truth, it is at that point, and only at that point, that we can get to the point of balance. So once you begin to work towards balance, balance is not a destination, it's a process that continues, it's a life. But once you begin to think along the lines of balance and you're able to weigh all things with the denominator of truth, then you might actually begin a very productive journey in understanding what really happens in societies. And one of the things you also need to understand as Boanerges is vehemence and alacrity. You must have a zero tolerance for certain things, especially when it gets to the height of lawlessness and falsehood and deception. So you must be able to stand and take your stand on things that doesn't really make the amount of sense you'd hope for it to make. And so I call that vehemence and alacrity. You must also learn intimidation, and the reason why you must learn intimidation is, as Boanerges, you must know intimidation, and the reason why you do that is to learn to guard yourself against it. So when you learn intimidation, or you know intimidation, you would be able to spot it in people who want to use it against you, and that helps you to better arm yourself against such vices. Also an important aspect to note is that actions speak better than intentions. For the Boanerges, you must act your belief. It is not just about you saying it or praying it or thinking it. You must act it in such a wise and in such a manner that everyone around you knows that you are a person of action who hold to your beliefs. You must be able to correct errors immediately, and don't give it the time of life. Don't allow it to germinate or spread. And this is where a deterrent mentality comes. You must be able to hold your ground and defend it with your life. You must give no tolerance to false meanings. In the world that we are today, meaning has been corrupted and abused, and that has become a foundation for a lot of these ideologies to arise and to find a strong footing. When you understand truth, you'd see that things like democracy, things like feminism, things like the LGBT, things like the corrupt meaning of freedom and liberty, everything is so wrong. And it is only people who understand things from a perception or perspective of truth and balance that can really see how far behind and how far broken our society is, and how far, if we don't do something now, irredeemable it shall become. And that is why I personally believe that it is only the Boanerges, people who would stand, that were resolute and would openly show that they believe in their faith, because they're the only ones who can challenge the system. They're the only ones who can fix the society. They're the only ones who can make things right, because they're confident enough to put their lives on the line for a cause they believe in. In the book of Revelation, we had two witnesses who challenged the system and kingdom of the beast. They are Boanerges. Yes, they were killed, but they rose again after 3.5 days. And that is the thing about Boanerges. They never really die, because they cannot be shot. Once you shot them, you cannot kill their spirit. You can harm their body, but you cannot kill their soul, because they are sons of thunder. They'll keep roaring, and they'll keep making a sound. Why is that? Because they realize that one of the most important things in all of creation is sound. And when we lose our voice, or if we lose our sound, we have lost our destinies. But one thing you can trust the Boanerges with is that they would always make a sound. They would always have a voice. They would not be shut down. they will not be broken. They will stand strong, and they will keep speaking just one message and making just one sound. And I believe that it is that persistence that we need as believers to take our stand and take root so that we can be able to change and recreate the world. The truth of the matter is that the Lord is trusting us to do that which He has empowered us to do. And oftentimes we are the ones waiting for Him to do things that He has already empowered you to do. And that is why I am taking a few groups of people together where we'll engage and pierce through the understanding of the Boanerges and why they must arise and why everyone must have a voice, and how to stand against radical politics and radical ideologies, because they're so prevalent right now, and it is important for us to shut things down. It starts with one voice that inspires 10 voices and makes 14 voices to arise, and it begins to expand and grow. The new voice of Reformation started with Yohanan. Some people know him as John the Baptist. It was his voice that made the way for the Christ. And that is why we need people with voices who will arise and know their place and take their place, because their voices cannot be shut. Christianity is so weak and beggarly today because we don't have a voice, or our voice is not strong enough. But we cannot stop. We cannot be still. We have to continue until more people find resonance and alignment with that true voice, the voice of thunder. For it is the voice that speaketh mysteries unto the people, but truth unto the heirs. In fact, clearly I believe that that is our solution. People who are born of the Spirit, who understand the Spirit, technology, culture, and way of life, and who will do everything within their powers to see the kingdom of God being manifest upon the earth. And that, once again, can only be done by the Boanerges. Are you a Boanerges? Or do you want to? As sons, we will get to the point where we must become a voice that will challenge every system that is corrupt and false and is fueled by deception. For we must arise and take our place. We must arise and take our power. We must arise and take our throne. There are certain lands that are ours that has been taken. There are certain thrones that are ours that has been taken. It is time. It is time for us to take it. For we have the power. We have the authority. We have the means. But we must make the choice. For it is in our hands. It is in our lips, it is in our mouths, that the authority of nations to prophesy and to speak the power of the Most High upon the length and the breadth, the north and the south, and every corners of the earth. We can make it possible, but you must be willing to surrender all you know for that which is truth. My name is Harkheindzel, and I hope that you will be, in this lifetime, a voice that will change many and turn all unto righteousness. Have a great day.